host, Robert. Intuition is a very necessary component of life, and we all have this ability. Some imagine that their intuition is not as good as others, but like most things, our intuition and our ability to listen to our intuition can be strengthened. Our intuition is often referred to as a sixth sense or a hunch about a particular person or situation, which oftentimes we feel almost sure of. Often I like to think that it stems from experience. Our mind has a way of making a composite of a situation based on past experiences. And while there may be some ignorance, things that we don't know, our intuition normally functions to lead us to safety. And so the more that we experience things, the more information we have to make better predictions. And while it's important to listen to these things, we must also allow ourselves the room to learn and to add to our repertoire of experience. In strengthening our intuition, we're going to discuss more specifically in that subject, mindfulness. Now, this is a very popular form of meditation, but mindfulness is the practice of actually being present in the moment, which, well, in turn, it trains us to become more mindful throughout the day, and particularly during difficult situations. It's your awareness of what's going on in the present moment, and particularly without judgment. Now, the intention should be to bring a more compassionate, calm, and accepting approach to whatever happens. In order to do this, we have to essentially put aside expectations and judgment about what's going to happen. And we do this by essentially paying attention. We are present in the moment, and we take it in, and we label it, we accept it, and we avoid making decisions or judgments about it. It just is. Now, this form of meditation can be done by sitting, as we have done in the past, and allowing sensations and sounds to essentially pass through. Now, there are some hurdles that we experience. Sometimes we may be very critical of ourselves, imagining that maybe, I'm not a good meditator, or I'm doing it wrong. Such concepts aren't true. Meditation is meditation. And although there are different methods, people don't experience the same things. And so we should never really compare our experiences of meditation with another's. Our meditation is our own and has been given to us as a blessing. So we don't need to be judgmental. In fact, we're learning to become less judgmental so that we can be present and calm. Some experience sleepiness. We may actually, from time to time, need more rest, or we're tired. So entering a state of relaxation through meditation often happens. But there are things that we can do to adjust. We can sit up properly in a stable chair, or fix ourselves on lying straight. So that we're less likely to fall asleep. At times we may even become restless. Um, Initially, meditation can seem boring, and so our mind tends to wander, and we're focused on the next thing we need to do, or we may even find ourselves becoming annoyed. This is all very normal, but just set a time limit for yourself and stick to it, and the more that you practice, the easier it will become. Finally, there's sometimes pain or discomfort. You may be in a position that actually is quite uncomfortable, and you may lose sensation in your legs, maybe experience some pins and needles. My suggestion is to find a more comfortable position, and actually our meditation is to allow those sensations to come and to notice them. Now, this is a special meditation, and so I want to discuss this more. And one of the things that help us with meditation is another aspect of meditation called vipassana, which is known as insight. And what it allows us to do is to have a direct experience of the nature of our minds and ultimately the reality of our world, perceiving it as illusory, seeing it as it is, which is impermanent. And we have actually been doing this for a while, so congratulations to you. When we sit in our meditation and focus on the breath, we have allowed many things to pass through our minds as we've relaxed ourselves, and we just paid attention to the sensations of our body. And as things came, they went. Now, you've probably done this without even knowing it. Have you ever daydreamed? You thought so intensely about something somewhere, and despite all the noise and commotion around you, you weren't even aware of the people around you. And then as soon as someone called your attention and you reacted, you can't even remember what you were thinking about. There may have been a space there where there was actually no thought once that thought left you. That is very similar to vipassana. And that is different from mindfulness. But through vipassana, which is the allowing of things that come and pass, mindfulness is to actually focus on them. It can be done even by walking. We can walk and be mindful of our steps, of our breath. We can do it while we eat. It's to really take it all in without judgment. And with vipassana, we allow it to pass through because it will. And what happens is subtly, through all of that time, we will actually see something through direct experience that comes through that meditation. That is how we actually tune in to our spirit, which is also the only thing that is permanent. And it's everywhere. Our thoughts can be considered the clouds in the sky, while our true selves, our souls or spirit, can be the sky. Thoughts about our lives and who we perceive ourselves to be will pass, but it's all through the projection and the screen of the sky, our own spirit, which is without any kind of label, without any kind of limitations. And that source will give us clearer guidance, just like the thoughts. But the thoughts are often rooted in our ego, our perceptions of ourselves. But that clear guidance leads us to being more compassionate and loving souls. And so, with that having been said, we'll now take our time and join in meditation. So if you haven't found a comfortable seat, I encourage you to. And we're going to begin with 3 deep breaths. In and out. In and out. in and out. And we just relax your bodies and just focus on our breath. You don't have to have your eyes closed. They can be partially opened, or they can be closed as you wish. And we're just paying attention to the in and out breath. And from here we center or focus our attention to the center of our chest, where a figurative heart is. And now with our minds, we imagine and focus right in that area where we have sensation, a round sphere of light, a golden sun. And it is emitting beautiful light. You can feel it shining out in front of you, behind you. And we're going to focus this light now and expand it. It fills our chest. It begins to go up our neck, our jaw, cheeks, nose, eyes and ears, our brow, our foreheads, our skull all the way to the very top, to the crown of our heads. Each breath pouring in. As we did that, the light from our chest went to each of our arms, to our shoulders, down to our elbows, into our forearms, wrists, and our hands, all of our fingers, our thumb, all the way down to the tips. Just pure liquid light. The light has gone down our abdomen, to our bellies, into our hips, down through both our legs, our thighs, to our knees, down our shins and calves, to our ankles, and finally to our feet, all the way down to our heels and the soles of our feet and our toes. And now we are just a being of light. And this light is love, is complete, and is your true self. And now we just bathe in that light. We let it be. And we allow it to just be, to feel it, sense it. Through every breath. Just pulsating light out. And that light keeps going and going. You can even sometimes feel like a field around you, like a circle, the energy around you, like a bubble, just anything in that bubble is being blessed all around you. And that blessing continues to go. From this place where you feel your heart, your love and emotion, that great sun, we say, I am aware. I am aware. I am aware. I am one with my spirit. I am one with my spirit. I am one with my spirit. I am. I am. I am. Think about that. You are the I. And you are the am. I am. You could feel that in your heart. I am. I am. I am. With that, you can slowly open your eyes. You don't have to move right away, but you can get the sensation of your body. And maybe just stretch your limbs as you please. We thank you for your time. You are blessed, and you go on this day blessing others. you go ahead and you walk in your spirit and in the power that you are.